Good Monday morning to you. Welcome back. French President Emmanuel Macron using this weekend's World War I commemoration as an opportunity to take a jab at President Trump's nationalism.
Patriotism is the exact opposite of nationalism. Nationalism is a betrayal of patriotism.
That comment was a big talker. Is President Macron, though, misunderstanding President Trump's America First message? That's the question. Here to respond to it is Graham Allen, 11-year Army veteran and CRTV host. Graham, thanks so much for coming on this morning. Happy Veterans Day to you.
Thank you.
What did you make of that comment?
Well, I mean, you know, we're having a conversation about what another country thinks about America, you know, in the first place. So there's a bit of, you know, who really cares in the thing. But I think he needs to check the definitions first. You know, if you look up the definition of nationalism, it's being patriotic or principles. And if you look up patriotism, it's actually very similar, you know, the act of being patriotic. Now, there are some extreme things of that definition, especially in nationalism. And one of the extreme measures that people seem to find as a bad thing is, you know, the belief of superiority of other countries. One country is superior to another country. As Americans, we kind of believe that America is the greatest country in the world. And if, you know, if you have a problem with that, you either A, don't live here, or B, you probably take advantage of the estimated 1.3 million veterans that have paid the ultimate price for you to have the freedoms to even question that America is the greatest country in the world in the first place.
Graham, sorry,
yeah.
I was just going to say, I hear what you're saying about, you know, sort of the idea of who cares what another country is saying about us, but there's people in our own country, and a lot of them, who are critiquing the president for saying this.
Yeah, and again, I think that just shows where we are as a society. America, in general, especially in the past 20 years, has become this entitled society where we're so used to having the freedoms that we enjoy that we actively disrespect our president, especially in public forums. You just had the Costa thing happen just the other day at the White House. You know, go to other countries and try to actively disrespect and actively second guess the president's there, and you'll realize how lucky you are to actually live here.
Yeah, that's very true. Try to do that in Russia. Let's talk a little bit about the comment that got the president's attention before he even went on the trip was about defense spending in Europe, and Emmanuel Macron saying that Europe needs to spend a little bit more to protect themselves from China, Russia. And he seemed to say the U.S. as well, although I think he was talking about cybersecurity. But in one aspect, it's nice to see that Europe at least wants to start taking care of itself, right?
Right. Well, you know, he also makes a comment that, you know, a country that only worries about itself first is the exact opposite of what they're supposed to stand for with their moral character. And I am one of the type of people that believes if you can't support yourself first, then what can you really do to help other people effectively in the first place? And so you should be concerned about your own country and your own citizens first before you can worry about going out and doing the morally correct thing or the big brother thing and supporting these countries that do need our assistance.
Graham, you're an 11-year veteran of the Army, and we thank you for your service, as Rob mentioned at the top of this interview. What does Veterans Day mean to you?
Veterans Day is a day, and before I start, I just want to say that my service was nothing compared to what some men and women have done for our country. I've been blessed enough to meet multiple Medal of Honor recipients, Dakota Meyer, Kyle Carpenter, just to name a few, many SOCOM guys, many Special Forces guys, Rangers, et cetera. So my service in the grand scheme of things was just nothing. But I will say that for me, Veterans Day is more of a day to remember that when I die, I will truly be able to say that I was blessed enough to walk among giants in our country. You know, true men and women that just exemplify the very best that our country has to offer. And I truly believe that our men and women who have served or are currently serving are the very best individuals that we have.
Well, thank you for your service very much. Graham Allen, we appreciate your time.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.